Hello guys, Gareth here coming at you with a new video. So I've been sat here for a while and I'm getting kind of bored because having just gone through a stint of watching a Dark Souls 2, then a Bloodborne and a Dark Souls 3 speedrun, I'm kind of at a bit of a loss what to watch on YouTube. So I thought, why not record my own video? So before I go any further, I could be setting myself up for a bit of a fall doing this video, but hey ho, it seems there are some, it seems some people have registered interest in me buying a PS4 once again. So I thought I would take this video to discuss, my thought processes in what I'm going to go for when it comes to a PS4. So, by the way, I would like to say I did have a slight change of mind yesterday or the day before, and I was considering buying myself a camera for the channel. That has now gone back to a PS4. However, if I can't afford the PS4, that may be a backup plan, to be completely honest. We'll see where things go. So, as I said to you guys in a video the other day, originally it was going to be a Switch, but I don't seem that over enamoured about a Switch, or I'm not that over enamoured about a Switch. So, and I'm not sure if I can afford a Switch and a game, to be completely honest, because the Switch doesn't come with a game for the $280 that you're going to pay for one, whereas for $250 that I could pay for a PlayStation, I could get a bundle of some description. So, my first thought process was to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. The reason for this is I found some pretty good bundles when it came to a PlayStation 4 Pro. When it came to the console and games. So when it came to a standard PS4 Slim, as they're now called, I could either get one for $250. You can get them with some games if you know where to shop, and my back is irritating me, sorry. Or you could spend a little bit more and get a couple of games and a subscription to Now TV or Sky Now TV. To me, Sky Now TV just seems like a capitalist version of Netflix or Amazon Video. Not that Netflix or Amazon Video aren't capitalist companies, it's just they seem a lot more customer focused than Sky do. And also the thing I don't like about Now TV is, just like Sky TV, there are packages involved. So you've got the sports package, you've got the entertainment package, you've got the kids package. And if you were to subscribe to all of those packages, you'd be spending just as much as you'd be spending if you were to get normal Sky box. So I don't see the point in Sky Now. Yes, there are many benefits you could probably get from Sky Now, but to be honest, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Video, we have Sky TV. I see little point in Sky Now. So the fact that you get a 12 months Sky Now subscription by buying a PS4 is actually a bit confusing to me. So I could get Uncharted 4, could get Infinite Warfare. There's actually a package I was looking at earlier that's pretty good, which is Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare Remastered, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, and Now TV subscription for $269, which isn't actually that bad when you think about it. There's actually a pretty good bundle on there with GTA. There's also a bundle on there that I was looking at, which is $274, which is the Ultimate Gamers Bundle. As far as I can work it out, it's basically a bundle with a voucher in the box that you can use on PSN to buy a game of choice. However, it's more expensive than the standard $249 you'd pay for a PS4. However, that voucher for about £50, maybe a bit more, is actually less valuable than if you were to get a couple of games in the box. So you're paying £274 for a £50 voucher, as far as I can understand it. It might be a £100 voucher. At that point it becomes more interesting to me. However, a £50 voucher, especially when a large number of the games on the store are £55 and up leads me to think that, again, there's something a bit capitalist going on with that somewhere, especially when you find out that the bundle has been put out by Sony themselves, and then you begin to, the cogs start whirring, and you think, yeah, this is to catch you off guard. It's called the Ultimate Gamers Bundle, and you think, yeah, it's for the Ultimate Gamer. There's no subscription, there's no games involved, it's just a console and a voucher, and then you realise the voucher is actually pretty shoddy when it comes to its value. And to be completely honest, the £270 for Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered and a Sky Now TV subscription is actually worth more than that £274. So it's a way of them trying to hoodwink you, I suppose. So that's what you could get if you bought a standard PlayStation 4 Slim. Whereas if you go for a PlayStation 4 Pro, there's a bunch of deals going around for one of those things. You've got one that has 2 games for it. You've got one that has Horizon Zero Dawn and has, is it Infinite Warfare? Might be Infinite Warfare. That's an interesting bundle. You've just got a ton of different bundles with at least 2 games, and guess what? No Now TV subscription. Funny that. It's almost as if they think the PlayStation 4 Slim is going to be for people who want to watch things on their PlayStation, and I know what some people are going to say. At $250, the PlayStation 4 is a bad option to stream things to, for some sort of streaming box with gaming capabilities. So if you're a parent that wants to maybe get it as a streaming box and have something that you can set the kids up on to keep them quiet for a period of time, a PS4 probably isn't a bad investment from that point of view. However, and as such, a Now TV, a Sky Now TV subscription may actually hold some value for you, but for me it doesn't hold a lot of value whatsoever. Whereas you bump it up to $350, and that's when things start to get interesting. But then, having said that, you're paying $350 for a console, and that's where I started thinking it's one of those sunk cost fallacies. You think you get more out of the bundle because you're actually getting a couple of games out of the bundle, but then you're paying £100 more, potentially £120 more, depending on the bundle you're getting. So that kind of went out the window. I've been looking around at bundles and things like that, and not really finding that takes my fancy. Plus, I really want to buy and play Horizon Zero Dawn. So I've settled on getting a terabyte PlayStation 4 console from a particular place. Again, I'm not going to name where that particular place is. And then buying a 1 terabyte PlayStation 4. I'm going to be getting, hopefully, Horizon Zero Dawn next Wednesday, as long as everything works out, obviously. And that's one other thing I wanted to get. I was considering Titanfall 2. There was something else. Oh yeah, Uncharted. I was strongly considering Uncharted, but all of this is heavily dependent upon how much money I'm going to get paid. So we shall see what happens in the next couple of days, depending on whether my wage slip comes through the door, depending on whether the system at work let me find out what's going on with my pay and things like that. And I'll see where things go from there. Also, I have a bunch of games on both PlayStation Plus, and I have both Bloodborne, the Game of the Year edition, and The Last of Us Remastered on there. Maybe finally I'll actually play through The Last of Us Remastered, because I've told this story to Luke. It's kind of interesting when I told him. If you didn't know, The Last of Us is Luke's favourite game. Do people actually know who Luke is? I don't think I've actually explained who Luke is. Luke is a very good friend of mine. I've said this 1,000 times. I consider him a brother in some respects, a brother from another mother, one might say. I mention him quite a lot because he's one of the closest people I have outside my mum, dad and sister. So there you go. I actually said to him, I said this to him a while ago. Anyway, The Last of Us is his favourite game of all time. It's a lot of people's favourite game of all time. If I'm being completely honest, I think The Last of Us is a bit overrated. But then that's my jaded, kind of cynical self coming out a little bit. Yeah, a lot of people like The Last of Us, and especially some podcasts I've been listening to recently about Horizon Zero Dawn. Some people have even turned around and said that, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn actually comes close to what The Last of Us managed to do for the PS4. Some people are saying that Horizon Zero Dawn could give the PS4 another resurgence, given that, of course, at the moment Xbox is beating in sales. It's highly possible that it could give it a nice resurgence in sales and sell it. Anyway, so for a number of years, months, I'm not sure how long it actually was, I went along with Luke saying I'd completed the game. And I had actually completed the game. However, when I originally experienced the game, I didn't play it. I watched it on YouTube. So, Hannah Redford, I think that's her name, of the Oxcast, she got the game early, basically. She got the game a couple of days early, or was it a week early? She got it a little bit early, and I was too skint to get the game, basically. I had to wait 2 weeks to buy the game. And about a week after launch, it was about a week after launch, it wasn't exactly on launch. The reason why I'm dilly-dallying over this is I was still watching her YouTube videos when I had the game in hand. That's what I'm trying to work out in my head, and I know for a fact I had to wait 2 weeks after launch of The Last of Us in order to get The Last of Us. So anyway, for whatever reason, I started watching The Last of Us on her channel with anticipation of buying The Last of Us. I then went and bought The Last of Us and then continued to watch the playthrough she was doing until she completed the game, thus kind of extinguishing any enthusiasm or motivation I had to play the game, because I'd just seen someone play it. So I barely played the PS3 version of The Last of Us, barely played it, until such time as I got in contact with Luke. Luke said to me it's one of his favourite games ever, and I was sort of like, yeah, I should probably complete The Last of Us. So I did. I actually played through The Last of Us and completed it. Luke then, one Christmas, randomly surprised me by buying me the remastered version of it on the PS4. I played about an hour it on the PS4 and kind of poo-pooed it because I think it's kind of janky compared to the standard edition. At the time, I still had the standard edition. I still had my PS3 and the PS3 copy of The Last of Us. I could have played through it, but I didn't, and ended up selling my PS3, yada yada yada. I sold my PS3 and all the games and my 360 and all the games to buy a Mac Pro, which then got sold for far less than I ever got for both the PS3 and Xbox combined. That's for another story, potentially another day, another story. And I never went back to it, basically. And to be completely honest, I've been ripped a few times by Luke about this, and I should probably play through The Last of Us Remastered, shouldn't I? Yeah. It's funny, because when I actually played through The Last of Us, after having watched it, I'll be completely honest, it wasn't the same. If I'd experienced it wholesale and not having watched someone else play through it, I would have experienced it a lot better, to be completely honest. I didn't enjoy playing through it as much as I would have had I not watched that playthrough. But again, maybe that's for another video about, you know, spoiling yourself or watching a playthrough before you play through the game yourself, and watching somebody play a game as opposed to playing the game yourself are two very different two very different experiences in more ways than one. And that's when I finally, after years, had the epiphany of watching a game on YouTube is not the same as playing the game. Anyway, if you could, for me guys, leave a like, dislike on this video, depending on your feelings. If they're more complicated and you wish to have a discussion with me or somebody else, then please pop a comment down into the comment section down below. As I do like to say, YouTube is a social media platform. Let's make it social. Let's take it back from the trolls. And if you haven't already, you can stick around by pressing the subscribe button. If you want to stay up to date with what I do, then you can do that by pressing the bell icon. That will enable you to receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always guys, you have been a very patient and supportive audience, and until next time, please take care. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Cheerio guys.